And welcome everyone to CBCTV. I almost forgot what one this was. There was a nice little bit of news this week. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, because I'm Mitch as always, at Mitch692. I'm joined by Sean once again.
And you can follow me at The Real Sean. I memorized it this time.
Hey! And of course, Mini Sean is always here.
Yes, you'll hear him.
People
you can
love
follow
Mini
him
Sean.
in the same place. You know, he posts the same pictures.
Yeah? I was like, you actually have an account set up. Here you go. When you're 18, you can have this.
We share one.
It's like, Dad, what the hell have you done to my Twitter account?
Yeah.
My online presence is ruined.
Yeah. My footprint is gone.
How will I influence now? I can't do it. But yeah, you can follow the channel, Google Comic Book Cast, you'll find us here, there and everywhere. And to get right into it, Arrow is actually going to come to an end with Season 8.
That's a good thing.
I agree it's a good thing. Not to hate, because I'm hating on this show, but it's kind of like, shows should come to an end. They shouldn't be a supernatural and go on for like a person's entire life.
Yeah. Didn't they have a 5-year plan too? I mean, it was just like a 5-year, like season 5.
I think it was, yeah. But I think Amel wanted it to end at the season that just finished or is going on now or whatever.
His paycheck did, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I think he might have sprung it on them a bit too late. So, and I also believe that the season 8 is going to end when the crossover is, or it's going to start after the crossover. I'm not 100% sure. But it's only going to be a 10-episode limited series, so it's not going to be a full 20. So they might actually get a really solid season in for a change. Because
I think that's a good idea. Like, I think that show, a lot of the CW shows suffer from that, like, 24 episode.
To be honest, I think most shows suffer from that length. Shield being the odd exception, because they kind of gone, we're just going to split it into 3 mini seasons anyway.
That's the best idea I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But, the show's been dipping for a long time. It's been ebbing and flowing. So I think going out on a high note is better than going out on like X-Files note. Like that.
Oh, definitely. But I don't know. I would have had it end like 2 seasons ago. Personally, I think 5 for that show was fine, but
yeah, I think it would have. I think it would have benefited the character. I mean, they got like. I heard that Supergirl is going to end too, or is looking to do that.
I think it's either going to be Supergirl or Legends that are also going to end, because there are talks about something else is going to go as well. It's probably going to be Legends more than anything, but it's one of those two. Definitely.
What would you want to see come in its place?
I mean, Batwoman's clearly going to replace it. I'd imagine if it's Supergirl, they're going to make a Superman TV show. They're clearly setting up for one.
Makes sense.
I wouldn't mind for them to do like a Booster Gold and Blue Beetle show.
That makes more sense though, because like those characters lend itself to like a TV format.
Definitely. So plus, what is it? Is it Greg Berlanti? Isn't it? Yeah, it's Berlanti. Yeah. Like he's been talking about Booster and Gold for years. So just do it. The movies are never going to do it anyway. So just do it.
I mean, how long do you think Flash has got? That's jumping the gun, isn't it?
I mean, I don't see Flash going on for longer than Arrow did, to be honest. But so, what season is Flash on now?
15.
15. To be fair, Flash has gone through everything Flash can possibly do, and they're now doing things that aren't even a year old. So,
like, I enjoyed. Like, my wife she's never into all these superhero shows, but she watched the first 3 seasons of The Flash, and she really enjoyed it. But she looked at me after the 4th season, and she's like, it's the same thing over and over and over.
I'm saying it's been the same thing since season 2. Like, the second they started repeating the speedster stuff and had the same twist, it's like, nah. Not that I made it that far. I say it every time. I didn't even get through season 1. But, which is a shame, because I really enjoyed that first half of season 1, but the second half was just...
yeah.
It was awful.
Pretty bad.
So what is this? But that's what it is. No.
It's weird that like Legends is like looking to like stop, because that is just starting to gain momentum. From what I've seen.
I think the consensus is like season 2 found its footing, and like everyone's really been enjoying it. They kind of done like the Shield route where they just did whatever they wanted to and just went into the craziness of it. But I think the ratings just been dropped dramatically. Yeah.
You know, like, why haven't they just like brought Black Lightning in? I just don't understand why that's
no clue. But I mean, to be fair, I imagine Crisis is going to bring it in and then merge Supergirl over as well. Because why would you do a Crisis and not merge everything?
You say that now, and then like when Crisis is over, he's still in a separate universe.
I wouldn't put it past them. I'm not holding my breath for them to do it, but like the whole point of Crisis was to merge everything anyway. So like, let's kind of merge everything. But like, to be honest, I think Gamel's going to die in Crisis, depending on when Crisis happens and when the 8th season starts and finishes. Like, you know, if they make him the Flash again, a Flash has got to die in a Crisis to be a Crisis.
Oh Lord, I gotta like I kind of stopped watching it a long time ago because I just kind of got bored after watching like I think after season 4 of Arrow, I just kind of stopped and like. After the Ra's al Ghul thing, I just like nah. I don't want.
I don't think I made it to season. I think I stopped at the end of season 3 of Arrow. I was like, you know what? The season 1 was okay. Season 2 was good. Season 3, nah. I can't even remember actually if that's the right order of if it was good or not. It's been that long since I watched it. I just remember like fluctuating the opinion on it. But
yeah, I mean, I think they should have stopped at season 5 and just said. All right. Yeah. We have a good 5 years, you know.
Yeah, it's a nice round number for the show. Like, you know, I'd be fine if Shield ended at season 5, but that's still going. But no, it's definitely time for it to go. It's definitely like, it's had its run. You know, he's been at it for nearly a decade. You know, he wants to do other things, like,
and he can afford to do it now. So I don't think he's in like. You definitely don't want to do the Supernatural thing, man. That show suffered greatly for that show.
See, if Supernatural wasn't still going, and if we didn't like just completely unabashedly steal everything from Constantine, I'd say give Constantine the show again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised
the market's there. People want it.
Yeah, you know, it is CW and Warner Brothers, so like they really don't like. You're like, oh, you want this? Oh, we're gonna give you this instead.
We'll do the complete opposite. Yeah. You want good shows? Well, here's bad shows, but
here's a Florida Gas Man movie. You know, I don't know. Like they just, I don't know. Like, I hopefully after the Crisis thing, it kind of just like does like a soft reboot of everything and just kind of like.
It's the perfect time to do it. Like, just wipe your current slate clean, do something completely different.
And tell me this isn't if they do a Superman TV show, you're not going to see a Superman movie for a long time.
We're not seeing a Superman movie for a long time anyway.
Yeah,
especially at least not one with Cavill, because people keep they're adamant that Cavill's still Superman. He's not. He has The Witcher. Get over it.
Yeah.
He's gone.
I think they said the same thing about Ben Affleck too, but like here we are.
Not to hate on Affleck, but thank God he's finally admitted he's gone. It's been years. We've known he hasn't been Batman for years. Like, come on.
I think he just wore him down, man.
Oh yeah, did you hear his excuse for it? He's like, "Oh, I couldn't crack the Batman script, so I decided to step away." It's like, really?
Yeah.
To be fair, nice PR excuse, very good PR excuse, but you can't bullshit a bullshitter. Like, you know, I know what your game is.
Yeah. Do you think they'll ever do a Batman TV show too, or do you think that's just?
I mean, they're gonna no doubt treat Batwoman like they did with Supergirl. So every Batman story is gonna be in that. There might as well be a Batman show.
So. You're the haters. You're gonna see Batgirl for a long time.
Yeah, but I hope that Batgirl show is good. Not Batwoman show is good.
Yeah.
I'll check out the first few episodes. I probably won't stick with it just because. I don't know why I'm even saying that right now. I might stick with it, but it's just like it doesn't really interest me. Like the Bat family are kind of
I mean, it's not because of the gender. I don't have any interest in the character itself.
Yeah, same. It's just like Batman is a hard sell for me. So like anything else like tertiary to that is even harder of a sell. So
exactly, yeah. I've never been a real big Batman fan to begin with, anyways. Too.
To be fair, Titans didn't help either. So it's just like I don't want Batman anything. Go away.
I think Titans might have killed the app anyway. So
Doom Patrol's trying his damnedest to keep it going.
Yeah.
God bless that show. But moving on from that, I think we're both in agreement. It's like it's about time. Like, hopefully, it goes out on a high for everyone who likes Arrow still. So
yeah,
and also for Emel's sake, because Emel's a nice guy. He's done
nice.
He's done good with what he's been given. Like he got the beard in there to a certain extent, so I can't be that mad. No.
That, and I hope that the 10 episodes that just really try to nail it.
Oh yeah, like go proper in, like give everyone what they've always wanted in those 10 episodes and make it really good.
Yeah. Just go out in a bang, but not in a battle.
Yeah, even if he dies, make it worth it.
Characters die in comics all the time, so it's like...
That's true, That's true. But I definitely think as well, like, everyone leaving, like, you've had a few people leave Arrow, like, people now leaving Flash, like, it's... The writing is kind of on the wall for those shows.
Yeah.
But, moving on to something I think looks fantastic. We have our first look at Ultraman for Netflix.
Yes.
As someone, I'm in the same boat as Voltron for this one. I wasn't an Ultraman kid growing up, so this is like my first real exposure to it. Like, I've been aware of the character, but I've never really dived into it. But like this looks fantastic. Like the animation, it's that typical. Oh, it's the 3D stuff. It's going to take a while for it to get good of me to get used to it.
Yeah. My wife, I always like when stuff like this happens, like comes out. I kind of like gauge it my reaction to like what she thinks, because she grew up on the Ultraman stuff, and so she saw it and she actually got really excited for it.
Oh, really?
So that made me excited for it. I thought the design, for what we saw was, good.
I think it all looks great.
Yeah,
like it's actually like Voltron's really helped me out with the whole Netflix anime stuff. Like Death Note was a bit of a rocky road, but like Voltron and everything is just like they can do it, especially in like a long format like a season. So Dragon Prince is really good. So I'm all on board for what they got coming. So of all of my gripes with Netflix, I think their partnership with a lot of like these Japanese companies to bring these like properties over and treat it really well. I mean, it looks good. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of toys come out for that thing. Oh yeah, definitely.
And the best part about it is it exposes the character to like a generation of people that probably don't even know what it is.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of toys, actually, your wife works at Bandai, right?
Yes.
Can we get a Voltron model kit?
Yeah, they do have that.
No, but like a new one.
I think they're working on it, actually.
Thank God. I've been begging for it for years. It's like, give me the kit. It has to be all separate and like connect as well. Like I need that thing to exist. Even if it doesn't connect and it's all separate, I'll be fine. I just want the new kit because it's fantastic. But,
was the old kit bad? I never really.
I haven't really seen it. It's just I think it's just a really old kit, so like the technology behind it's not fantastic. No.
Well, from what I know, they're going to be like reworking a lot of the model kits, so like and the distribution is going to be pretty wide. Again, like more wide, like distribution has been kind of limited, like with those model kits. That's
all I need. As long as I know they're working on it and it's going to be easy for me to get, I'm a happy camper. Because
for sure.
Especially mean that like in a Discord as well. Like we've been kind of like begging for it. It's like, where's the Voltron kit? It's like we need it.
It's coming. I think from what she was telling me that there's like going to be two versions. The traditional one, and then the new Netflix one.
Sweet. Because I'd love both of them. Like, 'cause the only reason I haven't got the old one is because I think it's a really old kit, and it's just like I kind of want like the new one because they're just better, and I think they're a better build as well. So.
Plus, I think they're gonna come out with like I don't know if you guys are too young to remember the old Voltron cartoon. They had like the second season was all vehicles.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was. I mean, I wasn't alive when that came out. I don't think so, but I remember seeing like all the vehicle stuff.
So they're reworking everything, and I think by the next season of the new Voltron,
Voltron's finished now.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah.
I think it finished in December. I think.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Not that I've watched it. I'm really bad with Voltron. I forget about it and then go back to it. It's just like, oh.
I barely like. I don't know. It's crazy. Like I have like all this stuff like in my Netflix queue that I have not like sat down and watched. And like Voltron season 2 was like one of them. It's
really I'm sad that it's finished, but it finished like it had a good run. It was fantastic while it was there, so I can't really complain. But
yeah, I kind of like the shows like that where they just don't like milk the cow to dry. I kind of like, if you like that, I kind of like the Castlevania one.
That's been on my list for ages. It's like really, I need to get to it. I just haven't got to it.
It's really violent, which I mean, it's not like one of those, but it's like I mean, it must.
I've heard really good things about it. So
it's very interesting.
But what is it? Like the main thing I'm holding out on Netflix is Seven Deadly Sins. I love that show.
Yeah, fantastic. You and my wife both. She loves that show.
It's like I know you can watch it all like in like the subs and everything that's already out there, and you can read it. It's like I really like the dub, so I kind of hold out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that show, man. Like I watch. I'm not a huge in anime, but like I'll watch like a lot of the stuff with her.
Yeah.
And I watched the first season of that, and I was like, it was very interesting.
I like. I know it sounds a bit weird. It's like, I like the fact that it's in Britain, and it's like it's that sort of time period. And it's like I love that stuff, but
yeah. Oh yeah. And the characters are very. The archetypes of the characters are pretty interesting too.
Oh yeah, like you obviously got your typical ones, but you have some like different ones as well, which I kind of like.
And then Hawk the talking pig, you know. It's like,
I love that pig. That pig is so good. It's just But yeah, Ultraman. I think it looks great. I wouldn't mind some toys of that eventually when it comes out, kits or not, or just a figure. No.
Yeah, cool. I always thought the character really was interesting. From an aesthetic point too, so
from an aesthetic point, it's fantastic. That's kind of one of the main reasons why I want to get into it. Like I'm one of those weird people. It's like if I don't like the look of something, I tend to like go off it quite quickly. But
yeah,
the Ultraman's kind of like ooh. But definitely, I've no idea when it's coming out. Actually, that's one thing. I imagine it's recently since they got a trailer for it because that's how Netflix like to play things.
I think we'll see probably more of it at San Diego this year.
Yeah. I don't know. As if it's not out already by then.
Yeah.
So I should have really actually looked when it was coming out, but I didn't because I'm not professional enough.
Sorry.
But speaking of animated shows, and I have no idea what to make of this one, but apparently for the Warner streaming service, which is going to be dropping this year, I think, just randomly out of the blue, they are making a Gremlins animated prequel.
Wow.
Of all things, like, yay, more Gremlins. I love that franchise.
Yeah.
A prequel? Fair enough. It's the obvious safe route to take. It's a known brand people like. Animated, I think, is probably the best route for it.
Yeah, I mean...
Especially like with how Gremlins 2 went, you could go some really like crazy, wacky shit. So.
Yeah, I think, like, if you animate it, you just go balls to the wall and just put everything in, like...
Also, significantly cheaper.
Yeah. All you have to do is pay the voices. And Zach Galligan might have another job.
I don't think he's going to be in it.
Really?
It's a Mr. Wing and Gizmo and a Gizmo show, so...
Pardon me, you did say prequels.
To be fair, you could have done, like, no doubt he's going to be in it at some point, because that's how the show will end.
The last episode.
Yeah. So,
he'll have, like, 2 minutes.
It's like, what's that? It's like, it's a Mogwai. I no doubt we'll find out why it's called a Mogwai and why he's called Gizmo and all that.
Do you think it'll, like, I don't know, like with some stuff you kind of take like the mystery from it, like
I see. That's kind of why I'm conflicted on it. It's like I don't need to know any of this stuff, especially for Gremlins. Like, I don't need it. No one needs to know it. No one needs to know anything about a franchise, but it's. Like, let things be a mystery, but you know, if you're gonna do it, yeah, just rip the Band-Aid off and get on with it. But
I mean, how do you think? Do you think? Gizmo is going to be involved with that, but like, who else could be? I mean,
no
other
idea.
characters?
I don't. I think it'll probably be like actually. Because it's implied, isn't it, that the Gremlins know who Gizmo is when they come about. At least from what I remember, anyway. Like they seem to know who he is and like what's going on. Which I don't know how that works. Maybe this can explain it, but you know,
I can't remember that movie. I mean, I used to watch. I mean, I watched it a lot, but like the last time I watched it was like a year ago, and like I can't remember if it was like they knew each other or something.
I haven't seen it in about a good 5 years. I used to watch it all the time, but from what I remember, I can't remember if it's the first or second one, but the one with the mohawk.
A Spike.
That's the one, yeah. Like from my memory, he like once he like popped out his back, he seemed to know Gizmo. I'm not sure if that's how like the impression you should have got is supposed to be, but that's how I remember it. It's like they just know each other. How that worked, I don't know, because they all seem to melt and come back unless it's like a
different person, like different, like sort of like a Groot type situation where like one dies and the team
I imagine that's probably the route they're going to take. Because why wouldn't you? Since you can then just explain that it's an endless loop. It's always going to be the same thing coming back. But
who's putting it out? You
know, the Warner Media Service.
Well, that's. I mean,
they seem to be on like an animation kick because they're bringing Animaniacs back and like Pinky and the Brain.
I guess it's a good start for an online, subscription service. Like bring back everything that they like.
Yeah. Well, it's what Disney's doing, aren't they? You know, they've said, or Iger said this, like, we're bringing the Disney Vault eventually, or to Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I mean, there's probably an asterisk there with like not the Song of the South. But,
well, I mean, there's a fan out there somewhere for that movie. But...
Oh, there's definitely fans out there for that movie, but
they usually live in Florida or Alabama. But
see, what you want to do is you want to go to like the Disney parks and ask what Splash Mountain is based on and where you can buy the DVD. Like, really make their job hard.
Or, excuse me, are you like slightly racist and you like racist character? Okay, you'll love this movie. It should be on the Disney Plus service soon. So do you think that like I mean, I feel like the DC app is just going to fold it right into the
absolutely. Absolutely. They haven't signed an international deal with like Doom Patrol. Like I think the only one they've done is Canada, and Canada gets everything anyway. So
I mean, it's just like inevitable. I mean, I'm sure someone in chat has the service. And...
Oh, I know a couple of people that have the service. One person got a year free in the chat. I know that for a fact. That's the only reason why I have it. But there's definitely someone else that I know full well paid for that year.
Yeah, me.
Oh, there's two people. Oh, ooh, why? See, luckily I wasn't given the choice, so I saved money.
Oh man, it's like it's an interesting concept, but it was just executed terribly. And I think
it's too niche. It's too niche of a thing. Like it was never going to be massive. No.
Plus, I think it would benefit if it did get folded into the WB service. Like,
it's instantly got a bigger reach if that's the case. Like, why? I'll never understand why, unless it's purely because it's like, right, let's get the infrastructure done. Like, let's look at how to do it and everything. Kind of like Disney with Netflix, where it's like, right, let's use this platform and then bring it all out. But
it's just that, hey, this is what we have, but that just seems like a very big, expensive test platform for WB if they were just. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, like the price they wanted for it, I'd imagine they got some of that back because they wanted a lot of money for something that was niche and not a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah, like I waited till it was like $7.99 a month before I actually got it.
Even that, like that's way too much.
Yeah,
way too much
for what you get. Like the quantity of stuff that you get on the app versus how much you pay.
Like I think even for how they launched, like $4.99 was a bit of a stretch, or would have been a stretch. But
do you think it was just like kind of like a test market for like what WB would be?
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised
because I would pay $7.99 for the WB.
I say a WB one because that library's huge.
Huge, yeah.
And like it's not just all the same thing. You got animation stuff. Like no doubt they're gonna whack the Looney Tunes and all that sort of stuff on there.
And I'm there.
Same.
They do that.
Same. Like yes, Looney Tunes. They have that disclaimer at the start now, so it's kind of like this doesn't reflect our social values anymore. It's like I don't know. Like I think Disney should kind of take a leaf out of there, but like don't hide everything. Just have that disclaimer on it.
Yeah.
I know it's one of those like subjects, but it's, just don't pretend like it never happened. Like that's
no.
You might as well burn everything then, and look who burned people things last time.
Yeah. Plus, you don't want to like alienate somebody for like you just hey man this
exactly.
Yeah. Like don't hide the fact that it happened because that makes it worse.
Yeah, you don't pretend history never happened. Like that's the one thing, but it's back to the whole DCWB thing. I think they're definitely going to fold it over. No, I don't see why they wouldn't. There's that thing like it's not really been that well received. For everyone I know that's got it really well, 99%, they're like the comic side's a bit crap. Like it's not really well done. Yeah. Like there's not that great shows on there. Like what they have, there's not enough new content on there either. Like
yeah, like I think like they have like this curation thing for the comics, and it's like it's not like because most people just want to grab it when they want it.
Yeah.
They don't want to have to wait for it to be curated.
And like it's not even permanent. Like you can't really even buy that comic. It just rotates in and out. But
yeah, I mean,
like if anything, like because DC need their like Marvel Unlimited. So like here's our entire back catalogue and new stuff's like 6 months out. Like they need that side of things. But
for sure, yeah. Like
hopefully that stays with the Warner service, and like hopefully when Disney Plus comes out, they'll have like Marvel Unlimited as a bundle for that because. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. Like, what? Like, why take away something that like? Because I mean, even I would read. I would subscribe to something like that just to get the whatever comics I can read. Because I mean,
like right now, like I'm on a Doom Patrol kick, and it's like give me access to the Doom Patrol back catalogue. I know it's not a lot, but just let me have it.
Yeah, and then because you want it when you want it, and then like you don't want to have to wait for it.
Like make a Netflix style for comics. Like now I suppose Comixology kind of has that, and you can get like stuff on the cheap. But if I give you $5.99 a month, like I want that entire back catalogue.
Exactly.
Like don't then make me pay like $1.99 for a trade. Like just give me the entire thing. Maybe the trades on the new stuff. Like that's fine. But like old stuff, just give it.
But like what Marvel's doing with the Unlimited, it's just like I think 6 months out, like the new stuff starts trickling in, and like I don't know, it would be smart if they put that in the Warner Brothers app and just said, hey, $7.99 a la carte. You can
like here's literally everything, and here's our new stuff as well, obviously. But back to the whole Gremlins thing, it's I don't know, it's something that
it is.
It's one of those like, we have to do something with a well-known franchise. Let's make a prequel. Like, it's kind of a safe bet, and like, it's nice it's going to be animated. It's something different. But
do you think it's like a test, like a test thing, just to say, hey, see who people like? If they remember
probably, yeah. It's like, is there enough interest in this franchise? Let's do something different. It's probably something like that. I think I think everything right now for like these big streaming services is kind of like a test bed.
Yeah.
It's like, is there interest in this? Then if there is, let's do something else here. But who knows right now, really? But
only Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Well, do they know? Like,
no. Even then.
Apparently, right now, something's going on. No, they're kind of.
That's what
not to get into that, 'cause I don't really want to talk about it. So, it's not to say people are lying, but it's not. It's proven right now. Like.
Someone's not telling the truth.
Yeah, and I kind of lean more on the side that Sujihara is probably down the toilet.
Yeah, he's not. He's gone.
Yeah,
and that's
to be fair, either way he's gone. Really, like they can't keep him on after all this stuff.
No,
just because you can't risk it. Like
you can't recover from this.
Exactly. Like Plus, he wasn't the best person for this job anyway. He's kind of, he's screwed over the Justice League movie, so...
I mean, if you listen to his, like, those media calls, man, like, it sounds like a 5-year-old, like, saying a presentation, man. Like, so scattered.
Wouldn't surprise me. But, moving on to our last piece of news for this week, and that is Clark Gregg has said that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is ending at Season 7, which...
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing as Arrow. It's fine. It's run its course.
7 years... That's a great run.
Exactly, especially for a show that everyone's like, oh, it's going to get cancelled from the first season.
This is like victory lap for them.
Absolutely. Like hopefully these characters pop up somewhere else. Like,
yeah,
they're free. I'm going to take that. As a
there's always the possibility of these characters popping up in D+ shows for sure.
Yeah. Plus,
I mean, there's room.
Plus, with what we know about Far From Home and who's in that, I think you can kind of see why it's ending now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And also, it's kind of like,
bigger plans.
Exactly, yes. Like, I'd imagine these shows are going to help set up some things in the TV side and then maybe do other things that appear down the line. Like,
just to let it, I mean, like the fans of this show, you're not losing these characters.
Yeah.
Like, these characters are going to be there. It's just, they're not going to be there every, not for 10 episodes or 15 episodes. It's
like, you're not going to see them every year like you have been. Like, you'll maybe see them... Oh, I don't know, actually. You might see them every year, but it's not going to be for as long.
You might see them longer. You might not see them.
Look, as long as I don't lose Quake, that character to me is like probably has one of the best journeys on TV now. At the start, she wasn't the one everyone liked, and now it's just kind of like, oh wow, what an arc that character's had.
Well, she was the linchpin of the show, between her and Coulson. It was, I mean,
and even Fitz and Simmons, the two characters that are completely new for the show and that no one would ever have cared about, they've had some of the best arcs on TV in the last 7 years.
I mean, if you remember, back. Season 2, when people were hating on the show, saying Daisy was a crap character and not gonna, it's kind of like there's bigger plans for sure.
Oh yeah, I will never doubt that, ever. Especially when we know Disney Plus is trying to do something, and it's like, why would you ever limit yourself creatively by getting rid of things? I imagine stuff's in the works. You know better than I do. Obviously, I can only guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why. These shows are ending on the ABC and stuff like that. Because ABC really never wanted these shows.
Oh no, and that was obvious. The way they were been talking about it over the years. Yeah. It's like, you kind of don't really want them. Sure, they might not have pulled in the best numbers for you. That's fine.
But they pulled in numbers for sure.
Exactly. But... if they made money, why would you not want them? But Iger said they want everything in one place or as fewer places as possible. Yeah. So
you're gonna see. Fewer Marvel shows on basic cable.
Yeah. I mean, because why would you have it on there?
You want the fans to come to your app. Yeah. You don't want them to come to another person's TV show to see the characters they want to see.
I mean, sure, it's you own the places that those channels, but for something you're spending that much money on, you want people on your app.
Let's put it this way: Disney wants this app to I don't want to say revolutionize the
oh,
space.
But that's a good. It's Disney. That's what they want every time.
Yeah, they want. There's a reason why they're putting this app into play. Because Apple and all them they've had plans to do stuff like this.
Oh yeah.
So and. One of the biggest companies, conglomerates in the world, they definitely want to be a part of that. So, and they want Disney's bread and butter now are the Marvel shows and the Star Wars stuff. So they want it all in one place. So they, they want to show that this app is a success. So
yeah. Chat. I wouldn't put money on Cloak and Dagger ending anytime soon.
No. It's not gonna end. I promise you.
It might move. I think if you can kind of, from what we've been talking about, I think moving is probably the obvious answer to that one.
There's always room to move, but the Cloak and Dagger right now, they have no plans to cancel that show.
Yeah, like I imagine if anything, Cloak and Dagger will go to Hulu, just because the nature of it. Like it's not that Daredevil. I don't know if it's like rated M or whatever it is in America. Like it's obviously it's that weird middle part between like the PG-13 and the R-rated of Daredevil. So I imagine that's probably going to be more of a Hulu thing.
Well, I mean, if you look at Hulu, Hulu's got a wide range of different shows, so it's like, like you could have like, I mean, there's plenty of rated R movies in PG, PG movies in that space.
Yeah,
and same with the TV shows. So, yeah, I mean, Cloak and Dagger ain't going nowhere for sure. Runaways aren't going anywhere. These shows have just started, and they're like success. It's like sort of a success story on this platform. So
I was gonna say, Cloak and Dagger got a second season like that.
Yeah,
that was I never expected that. I was expecting to wait.
Yeah, they pushed it out really fast. So
we waited longer for Iron Fist to get cancelled on Netflix than we did for Cloak and Dagger to get a second season. Like that's nuts.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that they had it ready to announce the minute that show ended the season.
Well, there was that rumor, wasn't there, at the start? Like, oh, it's filming season 2 with season 1 hasn't come out yet. It's like, what?
No.
It's like, I wish that was the case. Obviously, they went back to film season 1, but
they went back in time.
No. Now, New Warriors is the question. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
What's going on with that show? Like,
man, like I don't,
I know that's a loaded question for you.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, let's put it this way: the shows you're definitely gonna see it. It's just where and when.
Yeah.
It's just a where. And
when. I've waited 3 years. I can wait longer.
It's filmed like I know the pilot exists because I've seen the pilot.
Yeah. How'd you enjoy the pilot? If you can say
it was interesting.
Just
interesting. Jarring at first. It was jarring at first, but it was really interesting.
I assume it was jarring because it's so different to everything else.
Yeah.
Isn't it like a half-hour office-style comedy?
Comedy, yeah.
That's. Yeah.
It's not like slapstick humor, but it's like. I'm trying to think of like the right word to describe it. I don't want to say maybe a little bit of the Office type flavor.
Yeah. But, see, I'm fine with that. It's something different for Marvel, so.
I mean, and it still fits in the. It fits into the universe in a way.
Yeah.
And there was some mention of damage control in the episode.
Oh wow! I forgot about damage control.
Yeah.
Wow, I still want that show.
I'll be honest with you, you probably end up getting it because I've heard the name being thrown around quite a bit.
Oh really?
As of lately, so I
imagine right now with like you need content for both of these services. So it's like, we've got these shows kind of ready to go and film. These people are still under contract for everything. Just put them out there. If they don't succeed, they don't succeed. What harm is it going to do?
You can always say it's a one-off.
Yeah. And we all know Marvel like doing that.
Yeah.
Defender season 1, it's a one-off.
One-off.
Inhumans season 1, it's a one-off.
Yeah. We don't speak of the Inhumans now.
No. All about the Eternals now.
Yeah. And this is not inside information, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought the Inhumans back in some way.
Oh no, I will put money on a Fantastic Four 3 having Inhumans.
Yeah,
why wouldn't you want something? Even like Fantastic Four 1, maybe you want something different. Do Inhumans in Fantastic Four. Do them properly.
Well, like. By the time that gets into production, everybody probably would have forgotten that TV
people
show.
have forgotten it now. No one watched it, so luckily no one watched it because people did.
Unfortunately, it did nothing for Hawaii's vacation spot. videos.
No, that's true.
Everybody's avoiding why you know because of that shit. But yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we seen like these characters like Coulson. I don't know for like anything about Coulson because it's like, but Daisy's not gonna like disappear.
So I think Daisy's too big of a character right now, like, especially that TV. No, she's kind of like, you know, Coulson's in a place where he's at the end of his arc.
Yeah,
like Daisy's kind of just stuck.
That and she's got a following too, man.
Oh yeah, she's got a huge following.
So you know there would be no reason not to, you know,
like
include her.
You know, I'd be more than happy with the Daisy Johnson show.
Yeah,
like, I mean, like, to be fair, it's just Quake. Yeah, like it will just be Agents of Shield because I want all the characters there, but
or something else that would, you know, I mean. There's a lot, like the characters in the comics are all like involved in a lot of organizations.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know we know that Sam and Bucky are getting a show. I imagine they're related to something that's just changing, and you know, she fits in with that. Why not? Why not? I want to start the rumor right here. Daisy Johnson's Bucky and Falcon show right there.
Supporting character.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also the Secret Wars that could be. I mean, there's a lot to mine from that character.
Yeah. I mean, Shield never really did anything with Secret Wars anyway. Like, you know, there was that little hint, and they kind of set it up, but you know, like why not take another stab at it? Let's bring Fury in, get the Fury and Quake relationship. That's something I've missed, to be honest. No.
Yeah, I mean, and with these types of shows, like there's that possibility of that happening.
I definitely think like if Disney kind of want like a solid install base, announce a Quake show for Disney Plus,
and have, you know, Nick Fury pop in and out.
Exactly. Like, you know, do that and then make her crossover with other movie characters like a Bucky and Falcon. Like solidify that this show is in there, and you will get people flocking to that service. And
then you got the it's all connected. It's really connected now.
Yeah. You know, no one can say anything now. Like people can't really say anything now. They try to say stuff. It's like, you know, you don't have to cross over to be connected.
Nah, but you know, it'd be nice to have like some payoff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it would hurt. It wouldn't hurt anybody involved in the show to have it.
No. And it's not like, you know, with season 7 being the last one, you haven't got the conflicting schedule excuse anymore.
No. So. And plus with the Disney Plus, that excuse goes out the door, kind of.
Yeah.
Because you know, there is no.
There's no conflict because you can push something back as far as you want to make crossover with something else. No.
Exactly. ABC doesn't dictate anything. Netflix doesn't dictate anything. So
even with like Hulu shows, you know, like if like Daredevil does end up going to Hulu and it's back sooner rather than later, like, you know, you can. It's still in house.
Yeah.
It might be a bit similar to like ABC because obviously they're in house as well, but you know, it's probably going to be easier to do that. Right?
Oh yeah, I mean, like when it was in Netflix, you would have to deal with Netflix and then deal with Disney, and then they had to come to some agreement. You know, it was a lot of back and forth, and that's why nothing really got done.
Yeah, which is just a shame because like. Hopefully, when and if these shows come back, like people are still there. I imagine they will be because those shows have a massive following. It's nuts.
Well, I mean, the hard work has been done. The branding, it's already been done.
Yeah, like I mean, people paid for a billboard in New York. Like the brand's huge.
Yeah, and like you know. You don't necessarily have to like have Charlie Cox walk on to keep people enthusiastic about them coming back. You just have to have like, I don't know. I mean, and this is just me throwing it out. You know, a newspaper says blind lawyer, blah blah blah. You know, or or hero in Harlem. You know, or something like that to keep it. You know, keep that momentum going.
You know, like what was it? Daredevil had the who's the biker gang from Shield?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember
I
what
feel-
they're something dogs of hell. I want to say
Dogs of Hell, yeah.
You
It's
know, they
Dogs of
had
Hell,
them in
yeah.
Daredevil. You know, connect like that's all like little
That's a
tiny
connection.
things. Like I prefer the tiny things and rather like look at the camera and be like, oh yeah, the green guy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I prefer that over that because then you can kind of make this stuff. And the whole like Daisy being in the same orphanage as Matt,
Matt,
or going
yeah.
to the same one. Like I thought that was fantastic. But
Me too. I love the stuff that's just like hinted, and
mm,
then once the payoff happens, it like you look back at the whole thing and you're like, wow, it all is connected. You just didn't. It's not a billboard. It's a little piece here, a little piece there. You
mm.
know, you like I'm in the same boat. I don't want everything in my face.
Yeah,
I want
it gets too like eye rolly at that point. It's just like
yeah
oh, it's like we know, like go.
yeah. Yes, I know Captain America's blah, blah, blah. You know,
Yeah.
like
It's like that was probably my biggest complaint with like, the Netflix shows. Is always like, oh yeah, the guy with the shield. Like, I think
yeah,
to me, Jessica Jones season 2 did it perfectly. Where it's like, oh yeah, the raft. It's like we're going to
yeah.
talk like a normal person and actually refer to what this thing is. Like, just say the Hulk, just say Captain America. Like, come on, like, don't.
Yeah.
No.
And like the I mean, like with the Avengers Tower not being in these shows, like that was kind of like a VFX thing, like cause,
Yeah, and I know Jeff Loeb said like, oh yeah, so you don't really know in New York where it is. It's like, don't give me that, Loeb.
I mean,
It's like, we all know what it is.
that part was hard because of like I mean, I'm not sure if anybody's involved in like VFX work, but like there's not one company that works on one.
Oh no, they it's outsourced. You know, if it was
Yeah.
one company, it would take far longer.
There's but like when you were doing the helicarrier, it was like 6 different VFX.
Yeah.
And like each VFX company has to be, they all have to be involved to have that one carrier in something. So
Yeah,
like
you've all got to get it matching, lining up, and make sure the
Yeah.
lighting's right and everything. And yeah,
that, and like not everybody has the same assets. So like one company was working on the top part of the helicarrier, the other part was being done by another VFX. So like it's like it's a big, and it's the same with the Avengers Tower. At one point there was talk of having it, but to do that, we would have to talk to like 4 different VFX places, get the consent, then get the assets, and then like then Netflix would have to pay them too.
yeah. See, what you should have done was just like rip it from the movie, just like cut a scene out and edit it in. Like, there you go. We own it. What you gonna do? No, it's
and we talked about just drawing a picture on a piece of paper and just like putting it up on the screen.
I was going to suggest that, but I thought I'll give Netflix a bit more credit and just go for the editing out bit. Or just have like a street sign with Avengers Tower, like, because why would New York not have that?
with an arrow pointing in the direction.
It's like it's that way, tourist spot. Go.
Yeah. Yeah, like we had the crayon drawing of the tower like already, but like we just didn't like it.
That would be so funny. It's just like this random crayon. You see the fingers holding a bit of paper as well, just to really nail it home. Netflix is cheap. Look,
a bunch of stick figures like sitting around there. Like,
dude.
But oh man, what were we on? Oh, yeah, the Agents of the Shield thing. I mean, season 7 is the last one, yes, but is it the last time you're gonna see the characters? Probably not.
Yeah, I can't imagine it will be. No.
Like it's just it all goes back to the Arrow thing, where why end in 20 like in 20 years, like what Supernatural's doing? Just do it and and go on to the next project to
And so it's like I doubt they'll kill Oliver Queen off. Why would you? It's too big of a draw. It's like, look, he's going to come back for the crossovers. You just do that. Like, I'm sure Amel will be more than happy to do that.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like, and then we're if you step back, we're just talking about comic book characters anyway, which like they die and come back on a regular basis.
Oh yeah, and even when they don't die, runs end and you don't see characters for years.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
and then they'll suddenly come back with a different direction. Like, it's just how it works.
I mean, wasn't Captain America like 2 different characters for like almost like 2 or 3 years before Steve Rogers comes back? Characters come and go.
Yeah. I mean, even just recently, Cap was 2 different characters at the same time. You had Steve Rogers and Bucky. And then at one point you had not Bucky, it was Sam, wasn't he? And then at one point you had Bucky Cap in the same time as well. You had 3. So
yeah, comic book character.
They're convoluted, but they're fun.
We don't, contrary to popular belief, we don't kill the actors after the season ends. So.
It's just like Weekend at Bernie's, walking them around like they're alive. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, you know, Coulson doesn't die, like literally die at the end of season 7. Clark Gregg is alive, and he will be, you know.
I'll say I saw him walking around just recently. I watched an interview with him, so he's definitely alive.
But, for now.
Oh, for now, yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously he'll die at some point, but no. To be fair, he's got the Tahiti stuff in him. He'll never die. Clark Gregg will go on forever.
That's true, man. He was in Tahiti.
He'll outlive us all. But that will bring us to the end of our news. That was a really long bit, but
sorry.
No, it's fine. I was going to say like, hey ho, no, I like the long conversations. That's better than But to move on to the shows of the week, it's not really show of the week because I'm going to talk about Umbrella Academy first. I haven't watched it all, but have you seen any of it?
I've seen the first 2 episodes. I really enjoyed it.
I'm saying same. Like I've been really enjoying it. I just found it funny that this and Doom Patrol started on the same day and it's by the same person.
Coincidence?
I think not. But it's very very good time to be Gerard Way. So well done. Well done to you.
I never read the comics, but when I watched the 2 episodes, I started kind of finding trades to read it.
And so it's definitely one that I looked at to read before when I heard about this, but I just never got around to it. And so I'm definitely at some point eventually maybe gonna check it out when I can. But I just like the fact that it's that typical X-Men sort of style of property, but with like a Doom Patrol-y twist.
Yeah,
where it's like we're just gonna lean into the weird and wacky side of everything and go with that.
I mean, the translation is pretty good too. I mean, I love the monkey.
The monkey's fantastic. Like, the CGI in that monkey is fantastic. Yeah. Wow,
it's crazy. They must have got the War for the Planet of the Apes guys.
Oh, I mean, it looks like it. Obviously, not exactly because it's TV, but it looks like that comparison of qualities. I was blown away when I saw that.
How many seasons do you think this will get at?
It's got at least 2. No, I know that, but there's not a lot of source material. I think there's only 3 volumes, or the third volume's coming out now, or something like that. So, yeah. I mean, as long as I don't catch up to the show and do like a Game of Thrones and go past it, but
yeah, that would be weird.
Even if they do go past it, if they can keep that quality going, then I'm fine with it. But
yeah,
it depends where Gerard Way wants to end his run. If 3's the last one, then I'll be happy with 3 seasons. 3 seasons of this level quality, fine with me.
Yeah,
more than happy with that.
I kind of like shows like that though, where they just don't they don't overstay their welcome. They just give you 3 really good seasons or 4 really good seasons and say, all right, that's it.
Also, this style of property, I don't know how far you could realistically take it before it gets either a bit. No, what's the word for it? I think draggy might be the right word. You can only do the same thing over and over again, the same sort of style. The weird and wonderful can get mundane real quick. And,
quickly, new isn't always new. It's
it's but I'm only halfway through. I think I'm halfway through the season, 5 or 6. I think, and I know it's only 10 episodes, but it's number 5. That actor and that character is fantastic.
Oh yeah, yeah. He creeps me out.
Oh, he's creepy, but he does such a good job of it.
He does a great job of it, yeah.
It's right, we know you're a young kid, but you got to act like you're 55 years old. Act like you've seen some shit.
Do you think they're going to, stick to the source material, or do you think they're going to kind of, diverge a little bit?
I think from what I've listened to interviews, people that have read it, they've definitely changed some things. I'm not entirely sure what, but they seem to be sticking to it fairly well.
Yeah, it's always good. I don't want to do the Walking Dead type thing where they just
no, let's not do that. No. That show should have ended years ago. Talking about Overstay Your Welcome.
Don't get me started with that show. I literally canceled my cable because of that show.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I will no.
Fair enough.
And ever since then, okay. Well.
And now they're getting like TV movies because why?
Yeah, like I don't know, man. Like that's a whole different like podcast. That's like
yeah, definitely.
I hate TV shows podcast, man.
Especially like when you repeat yourself. Actually, monotonous was a very good word. I could have used monotonous as well. It's a very good word, so thank you.
Great words.
But no, it's just refreshing, and it's like it kind of proves that the X-Men formula would work, and it does work. Yeah. And that's probably why I like it so much. It's like, wow, this actually. Marvel, you've got some competition if you're going to make an X-Men show.
Yeah. This definitely proves that like that type of show. I mean, that type of show can exist.
And
I never.
It's like it's not afraid to like be a comic book show either. It's like, here's the end of the world. Here's time travel. Here's this and here's that. It's just like
and it's unapologetic about it too, which is nice. That's one of the reasons I've never really gotten into Gifted, because it just seemed like
it's very like
it felt like it was shying away from it. Like it was almost embarrassed to be associated with.
You look at Blink and she's got this horrific green eye contact lenses in. It's just like you went with the wrong Blink, because I know it's the Blink everyone knows, but it's from Age of Apocalypse. But she's pink, she's like Caribbean. Like go with that Blink. The comic booky Blink, and even though in the Gifts' defense, they did do like the whole Fenris Wolf stuff, which that's a hell of a pull. So shout out to that, and like the whole clone stuff with the Stepford Cuckoo. So props, but they seemed really embarrassed they were a comic book show.
Yeah, didn't Polaris have like a tiara at one point, or maybe towards the end?
I think she's just gotten it now.
Yeah, it's like you're finally like by the time that if that show was like continuing, like 7 seasons in, she would have the full costume.
Oh yeah. And to be fair, the Marvel movies are guilty of that as well. Where's my tiara for Scarlet Witch, Marvel? Where is it? You're doing a TV show now, Sean. So I fully if it's not there, prepare for an earful. I'm warning you right now.
I will fight tooth and nail for that tiara.
Just be like, look, it doesn't look so bad. Just put it on.
I don't care.
Even if it's just like a weird trippy dream sequence, fine.
Okay, how about I'll give you this. Like every scene, I'll try to sneak that thing in there in some way, shape, or form. I'll just throw it onto Elizabeth.
Just like frisbee it across the set. Like there it is.
Can't cut now, man.
Like even if it's like you just see her taking it off, and you never actually see her wear it. At least I know it exists.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna be happy from what I heard. So
I'm taking that as a confirmation. Thank you very much.
It's. I mean. Neither confirm or deny, but you'll be happy.
To be fair, with the pitch and like the premise of the whole Tom King's Vision run, like if it's going to be a bit like, I use the word again, like mundane, like not in a bad way, but it's very much like suburban. If they're going to go that sort of route, it's not really a place for it. But on the flip side, you have the whole, I forgot the what's the name, Agnes, Agatha. Yeah, well, I can't remember
Harkness.
That's the one. Like the whole that. If you're going to do like the Witch's Road, then I kind of expect it in there because magic.
Okay, have you noticed like in every movie there has been different iterations of the costume? That's not going to stop.
Have they been different? Because didn't they reuse the Civil War one?
Well, I mean. With the Civil War one, it was slight alteration.
Yeah. I will say I was really disappointed that the Age of Ultron one from the end never actually got a movie, because I like how they've gone. I think it suits Scarlet Witch and like Wonder more, that sort of sense and everything else. But that Age of Ultron one, I know it pushed her tits up into her chin, but like the whole look of it was fantastic.
I think that's the one thing that the Marvel movies are kind of guilty of, is like they, and I'm saying this from a biased point, I guess, but like they never stick to like they give you the costume at the end, and then like at the beginning of the next movie, it's like completely different.
Yeah.
But
I think like in this day and age where you can look behind, like there is no curtain anymore. Like everyone knows it's a toy thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think Batman kind of like ripped that curtain away. It's like, oh look, here's an Arctic Batman for Dark Knight Rises. He never goes to the snow.
He shredded them. He shredded the curtain.
Those toys are made of the curtain. Like, there
God.
is a curtain Batman. That's where it went. No,
Especially the blue and the white camo.
Oh God, that was so funny. But no, it's like, what are we talking about? Was it Umbrella Academy? Yeah, it was the whole like talking about like not shying away from stuff, but like,
yeah,
you got a little scoop there, people. She's gonna have the headband because that's a confirmation. He did confirm that there was no denial, and if it's not in there, I know full well they changed it. I'm gonna go El Mayimbe here. They changed it because I found out, but
I said you'll be happy.
I'll be happy with the headband. That's
okay. I'll do everything in my power to make sure that
I don't even need like the full big M looking thing. Like just like
I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna paint a frisbee red and just.
I mean, maybe
by
frisbee.
the time they realize it's there, it's too late.
Just like shine a red light in her face in the same shape. That'd be fine.
Look over there.
What's that? Donk on the head. Just like,
yeah. So
yeah.
you're gonna get a different look for her.
Sweet. So even if it's like a little glimpse of the comics thing, like I know her like original one is like horrific. Like, I never liked her costume apart till recently, but.
Tell me, it wouldn't be funny if you see the costume in like a closet somewhere.
I mean,
would that count?
That'd be fine with me. You know, Jessica Jones kind of did that with the dual suit, so I'm fine with it. But like back to Umbrella Academy because that was fantastic tangent. It's just like it's not that I've got much to say in it because I haven't finished it. I'm only halfway through, but it's so like even like the effects in it are fantastic. Like the whole monkey thing.
Yeah.
Like they do. They I think it's like episode 5. They do this one scene where like, they stop time and like they move stuff around. And it just looks fantastic.
It looks beautiful. Yeah, I mean, on the TV budget, though, it looks really nice.
It looks better than most movies. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts how good it looks. But what have I got next? Oh yeah, Deadly Class. I said it earlier about living in the golden age of comic book stuff. Like the fact that we're now getting indie shows like Umbrella Academy and Deadly Class. Like, just give me everything. I'm not going to get a Saga show. That thing's made to not be adapted. But
yeah, that's a tall order on that one.
No. I don't think people are going to be happy with a giant dragon cock on screen, so it's never going to happen.
or
this
human with a TV head.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that you might have a better chance of that. But all like the sexy stuff, like there's no hope.
Yeah,
there's too much.
That's a Showtime thing.
Like it's pretty. Axel Braun, if you're listening, I know you can do it. It's. Let's be honest, Saga's a porn parody of Star Trek and not Star Trek, Star Wars and Romeo and Juliet anyway. So no, just do it, just do it, please. I'll pay you in a sandwich. So I'll buy a copy. That's about it. But no, like I need more indie stuff to make it to the screen in some shape or form because. I'm sorry. I was just going to say, like Umbrella Academy, Deadly Class. Like personally, they're two of the best comic book shows made. No.
That aren't comic books, except for Umbrella Academy. Is Deadly Class oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's Remender. Yeah.
So weird. Yeah. I'm old. I'm sorry.
Not that I've read Deadly Class either, but it's just like it's fantastic.
I think we were talking about that last time too, and never mind.
I think we might have done. Yeah. I think the last time I spoke about it was episode 1, and we're on like 7 now. So there's only 3 left, and it's got like all twist and turny, and it's just like it's so good. Like, there's a threesome subplot in this new episode that's fucking hilarious. That is so good. It's so funny.
Isn't Karen Fukunaga in that show?
Karen Fukunaga.
She was in Suicide Squad, and she's in.
I don't know actually. How do you Karen?
She was Katana in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Google, that's not the one. That's not who I wanted. Karen Fu. There we go. Karen Fukuhara. No, she's in The Boys.
Okay, that's another one.
Is The Boys out?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think it is.
I think it's coming out soon.
Yeah, it's an Amazon thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think it's an Amazon thing.
That's another one I would. That's another great indie comic that definitely.
Yeah, it's yet another one that's on my list to read, and haven't got around to it, but probably will never will. I'll say I want to read it, but I'll never get to it.
That's why you watch the TV show and say it.
Oh yeah. So I know everything happened to a TV show. So they changed this. Nah, we're talking about you clearly didn't read it. But no, it's just give me all the indie stuff, please. Indie stuff's so much better than mainstream cape stuff.
What's the thing? I heard you know what Scalped is, right?
What were you take the top of the head off and all that?
Oh, no, there was a Vertigo comic, and it was supposed to be a TV show.
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on with that. I know there was talks about it, but no idea. But...
That would be a one I would definitely want to see.
I really want like Sex Criminals. It's so different. It's so out there and wacky. And
but wouldn't that be in the same category as Saga though? Like,
probably, but I'd kind of like want to make it animated just so they can get away with it. You know, like, kind of like adult, like adult cartoons like Big Mouth and stuff like that. I'm kind of like making a comeback, so make it one of them.
Yeah, Axel Braun's gonna make the Saga show, so and why don't we just call him up?
Absolutely down for that. I keep thinking of these indie comics, and it's like Rat Queens. It's like that's kind of in the same boat, but
yeah, I heard that was a good comic.
Oh, fan! It's a real shame about the artist and him being like a absolute piece of shit, but it's
separate art from artists, I guess.
Oh yeah. Like it still looks fantastic, but you kind of look at it like, oh, it's tainted now.
Yeah. You kind of got that like, I don't want to give this money to that guy.
But no, it's just give me everything. There's room for it. There's a market for it. Just do it, please. I need everything.
Well, I mean, the success of the Umbrella Academy and Deadly Class shows that there is a market for these comics.
Oh yeah. I know, shows. Like it's obviously a slow trickle. Like you got to kind of like lay the foundation before you can then lean into stuff. But it's just like.
But I think for me, I kind of like the slow burn. Yeah, like I don't like I like fast paced shows and movies and stuff like that. But I also enjoy like shows like Umbrella Academy. Like the first episodes I've seen was just like it was slow, but it was like very.
Oh yeah, it definitely started
engaging.
Off slow. It's still not like fast paced halfway through, but you can see that it's picked up a lot.
And it's like very engaging to me.
Definitely. It's because it's just something that's so different to everything else, and especially on Netflix. And it's like here's this thing, here's that thing, but
I actually got a chance to catch the first episode of Deadly Class and from the last time we talked, and I was really enjoyable. I loved the whole the aesthetic and the feel. And
the look of the show is great.
And the Russo brothers are involved in this, right?
They are executive producers, I believe.
Yeah.
I thought they were like show running it, but then it's kind of like, how could they show run it when like Infinity War was going on? But it's like, nah.
That's like 90% of their time. It's like cutting that movie.
God, I would not want to be like. No wonder they're stepping back because yikes.
Yeah, I mean they earned it though. I mean they pulled off they pulled off the impossible with those movies. Like give them keep paying them and like keep them involved, man. But let them take a break from this.
Oh yeah, it's like fund whatever they want.
Yeah,
like do that. Maybe give them Wolverine. Just make them happy.
That would be. They want to do it, so I mean,
they've said like Wolverine's like the one they'd want. So
And you want somebody that loves the character or wants to do it involved in it.
Yeah, definitely. But no.
But. Yeah, what I love about the Russo brothers is like they're involved in a lot of TV stuff and stuff like that, but they're not like the JJ thing where like he plasters his name all over it.
Oh yeah. It's like it's not about him; it's about the actual product itself.
Yeah, and like with JJ, it's about quantity over quality, and with them, it seems like it's quality over quantity. I could always get that confused. So.
Yeah,
but
definitely. I know what you mean. Yeah. But to move on to the last show of the week, I don't know if you've seen any more of it, but Doom Patrol.
Yes.
Have you been keeping up with this?
I mean, as much as I had. I think I got up to episode 5. I think is it
I think four's. I thought
Four.
four. I thought four came out last week. Apparently, four came out today.
Today, then
I'm not 100% sure. So like, I know I'm up to date.
Then I'm episode 3 at least. Then,
or at least I'm up to date as far as the last week. But it's like, the last episode they went to Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
I think it was. So like, that's the last one I saw. But man, like this show. Like, more of this. More like, where was its quality? It's nuts.
Every time I watch the show, I go. The first question that pops in my head is like, why wasn't this the first show out the gate?
Yeah.
Why did they send out Titans and not this? I mean,
I understand like Titans is like the bigger name. People know Titans more than Doom Patrol. Like it's got the bigger audience. But like, just where was the quality for Titans? Like, how did this show get everything and Titans didn't? It doesn't make sense.
Who's involved in the Doom Patrol? Is it James Wan?
James Wan's Swamp Thing.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm making things up now.
I'm not sure who. I think John's worked on Doom Patrol a little bit. I'm not 100%. I know he's doing more like Stargirl and everything. But
Stargirl, like it just like whoever's involved in this TV show must love these characters.
Oh yeah, definitely,
tremendously. And
I mean, the showrunners must love them to a point where they're like, "Oh yeah, we're not really connected to Titans, so we're going to separate us."
I don't think Titans is connected to Titans, man. You know, like
it's so
show,
weird.
man.
So
like
bad.
I just,
it's like, oddly bad. That's the thing. It's like
it's comically bad, man. Like the just the characterizations of most of the characters, the aesthetic, like the contradiction in like the characters. It's like
it's so weird.
I kind of feel like whoever wrote the scripts just put it in one of those like programs where they just put things together. And they just, printed it out and like, all right, here's the script.
It's like the Stephen King story generator.
Yeah,
It's like he's just preset things and you just go. But it's weird.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how this show ends, though. Like the only thing about the show so far that I'm not really into is the villain.
Yeah, I can't look at him.
It doesn't make that, and it just like I know that the villain's connected to the characters in the comics, but it just seems like everything, all the love is going to like the main characters and like
like there's no reason to care about the villain.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I suppose you could kind of like, it's always my argument for like when characters die that you don't really care about, but it's used more for effect for you react to how the character you like reacts.
Yeah,
like that's why it's effective. I suppose you could kind of make that argument for this, but it's like they haven't really done enough with Mr. Nobody to
make you care.
Yeah, it's like you get that 2-second thing. It's like, oh yeah, he got transformed by a thingy and now he's this thing. And it's like, oh, what does he do? Like, who is he? Like, what's going on? It's like I get you want to focus on the main characters, but we kind of need. Like we got a little bit of it in the recent episode, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, it just. I mean, how many episodes? Is it like 10, right? 10 episodes.
I think it's 15.
Okay.
So they've got a while.
Yeah, and I think if the way they have it set up, where it's not like binged, it's all put out there. I think that kind of benefits them too, because
definitely.
It just, I don't know. It just seems like, and why they got Alan Tudyk for this character, I had no idea why. Like they could put anybody in this role.
I don't know if I can agree with that one actually. I'm not sure.
Disagreements.
I mean, the honeymoon period is over. But no. I think that other people could have played it. Obviously, that's like most roles. But I think they kind of owed Alan Tudyk a little bit, like after. He's been, this is like what, his third DC show, and the other two are tanked. So.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I mean, I know the like that aspect of it, but like, why did they give it like? I mean, they could have like, all right, we're gonna put you in a better role than this, because like I mean, do you think this character is going to survive the end of the season?
I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
You know,
I think like part of the weirdness and wackiness of the show is the fact that he narrates everything.
Mm-hmm.
So like, even if he's not around, I think you still have to have him as a background villain.
Sort of like Kilgrave and Jessica Jones, right?
Yeah, you know, like he sticks around to narrate because I don't see how he can die, considering what he is.
Yeah.
Like if they kind of kill him off, I think it'd be a bit weird. But I think if you have him in the background, having pulled the strings and everything, like you reveal that he's behind everything that comes along since. Like, I'd be fine with that.
Do you think like I went back and like kind of like I didn't read the stories, but I had yet, but I Wikipedia'd the character, and like it turns out he puts together like a rival group, for the Doom Patrol, and that would be like the characters that he put together was kind of interesting because it was just like weird, nonsensical like characters.
Isn't one of them that animal, vegetable, mineral man?
I think so. Yeah. Like is he the one that's like the cloud that eats people?
No, he's like a guy with a dinosaur head, vegetable fingers, like a rock leg, and all that sort of stuff.
He might have been one of them, but I know there was like the characters were just like weird, and I kind of liked it. I was like,
I think that's what they're gonna do for this season. I think that's how they're gonna end it. Like maybe they end it with that team forming, or that team forms and they'll come to head and everything. But
yeah, see, I just I was just like. I hope they don't like just use that link today as like a one-off and like just like You know?
I mean, like he had like just the narration alone, he adds so much to the weirdness of the show.
Yeah,
and like it just works. And like it's not often you get that unreliable narrator who's like a heavy bias against everything. So it's also quite fun that he like breaks the fourth wall and stuff everywhere. So
do you like the look of him? Like
No, I can't look at him.
Yeah,
no, it's. That's the one thing. Like the CGI on this show is so inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the Crazy Jane stuff. When I can't remember the personality where he's got the massive head and everything. Like the fireball one. Like, you know, that looks okay. It's not great, but it's passable for what they need. Him and like the eyeball stuff with the donkey in the recent episode. Like, like that's like a case of you can't afford to do it, so don't.
Don't do it, yeah.
No, it's like I know it's a weird, wacky show, and you're gonna need a lot of CGI, but you know I don't know, like just him. I don't know if it's the design of him or what, but it gives me a headache looking at him.
Yeah,
it's like I don't get that with anything apart from him, and it's really annoying.
You saw the comic looked right.
Oh yeah, with the question mark head.
Yeah. I don't think that would work there, right?
Here's the thing. I think they could have gone really different and really weird. Have a 2D figure for him.
Yeah.
Have him 2D. I know it's only got Tudyk's face because it's Alan Tudyk. But, you know, like, you don't need any of that. Like, just... If they made him a 2D, like, actually look like a cartoon, I think that would have been perfect for this show. Because it fits in with the wackiness and everything. It just makes it that little bit more wacky.
Yeah, and it's like it takes away from the weird inconsistency of the look of his character, because that's the one thing I can't get past, man. It's like, I look at that,
and like it gives you an excuse for it to look weird because it is a cartoon. It just fits. But...
it looks generic to me in a way.
The
look of it.
Yeah. But I just can't stand seeing half his face.
Yeah,
it's so weird. Like you can see the mask.
Yeah, I wonder if that was in his contract. That, like half his face has to be shown.
Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could see like the green seams in the CG. Yeah, you know, that's the one thing that I'm kind of like. I mean, it's not like one of those things where I just won't watch the show anymore because of it. It's
no. It's not a deal breaker for me in the slightest.
Yeah. It's just like, I mean, it's something I can get past.
Like, it doesn't distract me, like, it doesn't take me out of the show or anything, but I do I kind of have to wince when he's on the screen, because it's like, I don't know if it's the glow effects they got in him or what, but it's just like, oh no, like, take it away.
Yeah.
But speaking of something that isn't offensive in this show, Cyborg.
Yeah.
They actually made Cyborg really well, except his eye. His eye is not level with his actual one, and you will never unsee that. By the way, if you watch the show, it's wonky and it irritates me no end.
it's glued on an angle, man, for sure.
But I don't know why they didn't just, because like you can see that they lined up like the line in like the robotic bit with his actual eye, and it's like, why didn't you go slightly up? Because that's like, how it would have looked.
But you know what it is. It still looks better than the Justice League version.
Oh, it's a million times better. Like it's not the best look. Like we know he has got like the full cyborg chest because you do see it a little bit in this, but like he's clearly wearing fingerless gloves for one hand, and like the other hand's like 5 times bigger, and it looks really clunky and doesn't work for a cyborg, but. It's fine. It looks better. The actor's great. They've actually set up a reason to care about the character for a change. Which, oh my god, Cyborg has a reason to care.
But do you think that they did that on purpose? Like that's just like because I mean, if you look at Robot Man, I mean, it's not perfect, but it seems like the Cyborg thing kind of fits in with the aesthetic of that show.
Oh yeah.
To a point. Yeah. I don't know, but it is kind of wonky though, man. I'm like, but I look at the Justice League version and I look at that one. I'm like, I would take this one every day.
It's infinite. It's nuts. But
and like,
I have to laugh at Robot Man as well, actually, because in the new episode, like his eyes don't work properly for one bit.
Yeah,
and like he blinks and like only half of one goes up, and I'm just like, like you didn't check that. I saw it.
Didn't check the batteries in the robot mask. Like, but do you think they did that on purpose too? Though? Like,
I don't know, because I'll have to go watch it again to see like how he's acting in that scene. But it's just like,
because like doesn't like the character kind of glitchy anyways? Like,
I mean, I suppose you could say like, yeah, he's kind of got like the issues, but I don't know. It just made me laugh that only half goes up. It's just like, and then, like, then it doesn't do it after that scene. It's like, oh, you checked it there, but you missed that.
I don't know if you remember. I don't know because you're pretty young, but like, you ever heard of Chuck E. Cheese?
I know of Chuck E. Cheese, yeah.
Google like the robot.
Oh, the animatronics and everything they got.
Oh yeah.
I've heard the stories of them being nightmare fuel.
That instantly the Robot Man thing instantly reminded me of those like Robot Man, like the mechanics. I'm like,
So I love the aesthetic of Robot Man. Like,
I love it.
It's like it's that like not quite steampunky, but it's that old fashioned like clunk.
Yeah, I love it because it follows like the later version of him where he's wearing the leather jacket and like the Ramones t-shirt and like it's not like a full robot suit because that would just look bad if it did that.
Oh yeah, and plus it's kind of like Brendan Fraser hasn't got to really do anything now because of it. So
do you think that's him underneath it, or you think it's someone else?
Oh no, it's someone else.
Like the belly side.
I think in the credits they've got like it's the same with who's Alec
Mr. Negative
Boomer's character? Is it Negative?
Oh, Negative, Mr. Negative or something.
Yeah, or whatever his name is. Like those two have like a stunt double and who like do all the acts and stuff, and they're just like the voices in the recording booth.
I love Negative Man's look, by the way.
Oh, so it's fun. Like it was slightly better in the Titan show. Like they changed his mask and how it goes and everything, but like it looks fantastic. Like even like the makeup they had for him in the recent episode where he took it all off was it's like wow. It's like where was this? But
yeah, I definitely like. I just wish the show was out, like the first one out the gate. I wouldn't be. I don't know.
there wouldn't be. Well, there probably would be all this talk about like folding over into Warner Media, but I don't think it would be like as bad as it was.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge stigma on this app so far, and it was like a lot of it has to do with. I mean, because like you look at it, like the first show that you show on that app is what people remember.
Yeah,
like they remember how bad and jilted Titans was. They, they're talking about Doom Patrol, but but it's.
I haven't seen anyone talk about Doom Patrol without going, "Where was this for Titans?" Like Titans is always brought up, and it's just like.
Well, it's just like people remember the first thing every time. They never remember the last show. They always remember the first show.
See, chat, Young Justice might have been great. No one's talking about it anymore.
Yeah,
it went and gone. And like actually legitimately saw mixed reactions to that season, or that half of the season. But
do you think that the Doom Patrol is doing a better way of distributing the show, like week by week, or because like people are more like, because like with binge shows, like the talk of the show is like gone within a week.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like once.
I don't know, because I think it's working for Doom Patrol. I don't think it's shot like it should be a binge show. You know, like Daredevil and everything. It was a different style of making that story and how the episodes were told. But I feel like Doom Patrol kind of is meant for week to week.
Yeah. How was the Teen Titans? Was that week to week? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Titans week to week. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was binged like all at one time.
No, the only one that's done it differently is Young Justice, and that's like half a season now, half a season after Doom Patrol.
Do you think they just put the Young Justice out there just to say, hey, thanks for
pretty much. I mean, like they know full well that was the only draw for people for that service. But so I'd imagine the whole reason why they were it's delayed. Oh, this like we're split into 2 seasons was because they want people to stay on there longer. But
yeah,
it's like.
Well, I mean, do you think it's going to come back, or do you think it's just done?
Oh, it will come back. I think it's the best thing they've had in their service and everything. But my stomach just went. Jesus, I'm really hungry. I apologise, everyone.
Oh no, don't be.
I don't know if my mic picked that rumble up because that was loud.
I heard that. I thought you had like a dog or something.
Just like blah, 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 blah. But no, I think that'll bring us into the Doom Patrol before my stomach eats itself. And we have ended the show. So thanks everyone for watching. You got a nice long one. Is that an hour and 25? So be grateful. Hopefully the recording worked, and if not, Twitch is there to back it up. So yay. So so that would do us for this week. I'll be back on Monday for the comics and everything, and then we'll kick off the week again. So toodles.
Later.